Listen, I'm about to save you thousands of dollars and years of your life. The dropshipping model is dead. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Do you remember your first day trying dropshipping? Because I sure as hell do. Back when I was still in high school, my buddy and I thought we'd struck gold when we got a sale within 30 minutes of launching our ad campaign. But guess what? We were broke by the end of the week. That's the brutal reality of dropshipping that nobody talks about in those fancy YouTube ads. If you're still chasing the dropshipping dream in 2025, you're playing a losing game. And I'm not saying any of this to discourage you. I'm saying it because I've been exactly where you are, making the same mistakes, believing all the same false promises. I personally grew up in the lower middle class, and money was always tight for us. My dad worked as a nurse and my mother as a nursing assistant. They busted their backs to provide for us, but there was never enough to go around. So I knew very early on I needed to find my own path to success. And that hunger drove me to try every online business model out there. And at first, dropshipping seemed like the golden ticket. Low startup costs, no inventory, sell cool products from anywhere in the world. The YouTube gurus made it look so easy. Just set up a store, run some ads, and watch the money roll in. Yeah, right. If only it were that simple. Here's the brutal truth that nobody's talking about. The margins are absolutely terrible. And they're getting worse every single day as more people jump into dropshipping. Think about it. You're making what? $3 to $10 per sale in profit? And for that small profit, you're dealing with customer complaints all the time, shipping delays, and product quality issues that are completely out of your control. I know dropshippers who would stay up until 4 in the morning trying to calm down angry customers because their fidget spinner or whatever trendy gadget they ordered hadn't arrived after 6 weeks. All that stress for a $7 profit that would barely cover the cost of their energy drink to stay awake. Does that honestly sound like freedom to you? Because to me, it sure didn't feel like freedom. The competition with dropshipping is insane too. As soon as you find a winning product, 5 other dropshippers copy it within days. Then, you're stuck in a price war, slashing your already thin margins just to stay competitive. It's a race to the bottom, and nobody wins except the ad platforms taking your money. And don't even get me started on the platform dependency. One day you're crushing it with Facebook ads, the next day your ad account gets banned for no reason, or the algorithm changes, or your cost per click triples overnight. You're always one update away from losing your entire business. I've seen people build 6-figure dropshipping stores only to have everything collapse when their ad accounts would get banned. All their work gone in an instant. Now what's the worst part about dropshipping? You're building zero long-term value, nothing. When you decide to quit, and trust me, most people eventually do, what do you have to show for it? A failing dropshipping store nobody wants to buy, and a list of customers who don't even remember the name of your brand. You've essentially built a house of cards that can collapse at any moment. I kept telling my mom I was working on my business and things would work out, but deep down, I knew dropshipping wasn't the answer. I was just procrastinating because I lacked clarity on what would actually work. I'd spend hours watching YouTube videos about the next big product instead of building something sustainable. The breaking point for me, it came when I calculated how much money I was making per hour with dropshipping. After factoring in all the customer service issues, ad management, product research, and general headaches, I wasn't even making minimum wage. Is that really the dream lifestyle business we've been chasing? I don't think so. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description, and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. But luckily for me, everything changed when I discovered the PTP method. Instead of making $5 per sale, I signed my first client for over $1,000. I still remember running to show my mom the notification on my phone, and the pride in her eyes just made all those late nights worth it. That one sale made me more money than months of dropshipping. And the best part is, 5 days later, even I think 4 days later, I'm not too sure, I got another client who paid me even more. That's when I realized the fundamental difference between dropshipping and what I call the PTP method, passion to profit. Here's the simple truth. If you want to make real money in 2025, you need to help real people to solve real problems and get paid well for it, not selling random gadgets from AliExpress that break after 2 uses. The PTP method is about turning your knowledge, your experience, and your passion into a high-ticket offer that transforms people's lives. And the best part about this approach is that you don't need to be a guru or to have fancy degrees. You just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the person you're helping. That's it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know more than the person you're helping. Think about it this way. If you've lost 20 pounds, you can help someone to lose 15 pounds. If you've built one successful relationship, you can help someone else to find love. If you've generated leads for your own business, you can help other business to do the same. We all have knowledge and experience that someone else would pay to learn. When I made that shift, everything changed. Instead of selling cheap products that literally nobody cared about, I started to help agency owners, coaches and consultants to get more leads and booked calls. The value I provided was actually measurable and significant, which meant I could charge significantly more. What's amazing with high-ticket offers and the PTP method is the margins. We're talking up to 95% per sale. You don't need hundreds of customers to hit 6 figures. With dropshipping, you'd need to sell thousands of products to make the same money. Thousands! That's thousands of people you need to convince to buy your stuff, and it's hard, believe me. Let me put this in perspective. To make $10,000 with dropshipping at an average profit of $5 per sale, you need 2,000 sales. That's 2,000 potential shipping issues, 2,000 potential customer service problems, and 2,000 opportunities for something to go wrong. But with a high-ticket offer, at $1,000, you just need 10 clients, 10 people who value your knowledge and are willing to pay for results. So which one sounds easier to you? Which one sounds more sustainable? Which one sounds like a business you'd actually enjoy running? But it's not just about the money. It's about building something meaningful. With dropshipping, you're just another faceless store selling the same products as everyone else. With the PTP method, you're building authority and a personal brand. People follow you, not your store. You're becoming the asset, not some trendy product that will be forgotten next month. I used to feel embarrassed when people asked me what I sold online. Oh, just some random trendy products from AliExpress. Now I just explain how I help people and businesses to transform their revenue. The fulfillment that I get from this offer is on a completely different level. It's the difference between selling junk from AliExpress and creating a lasting impact. Here's another massive advantage. With dropshipping, you're constantly hunting for the next hot product. It's exhausting. With the PTP method, you build once and you sell forever, or whatever nonsense is trending on TikTok this week. Once you create your system, you can refine and scale it for years. And speaking of scaling, let's talk about how these two models differ. Dropshipping scales linearly, more sales means more headaches, more customer service, more everything, while the PTP method scales exponentially through systems, automation, and leverage. You can create digital products, build communities, or run group programs that help many people at once. But at first, I suggest you start helping people one-to-one. I remember when I was stuck in the dropshipping mindset, I would spend all day watching YouTube videos about the next winning product instead of actually working. I was procrastinating because deep down, I knew dropshipping was a broken business model with razor-thin margins. I lacked clarity and purpose. Every day felt like Groundhog Day. I'd wake up, check sales which were non-existent, deal with customer issues, research products, and then repeat again and again. There was no end goal beyond making a few more dollars. But when I switched to the PTP method, passion to profit, I had a clear step-by-step process to follow. I knew exactly what I needed to do each day to move forward. My motivation came from actually helping people, not from chasing trends. That's a game changer when it comes to staying consistent and pushing through challenges. Look, I'm not saying this transition happens overnight. It took me time to identify my strengths and to build my first offer. But the path is much clearer and more sustainable than the dropshipping rat race. So what exactly is your first step? Start by asking yourself, what problems have I solved in my own life? What knowledge do I have that others might find valuable? It could be fitness, relationships, business, technology, anything you have experience with. Then find people who have this problem and talk to them. Now don't sell anything just yet. Just understand their challenges deeply. What keeps them up at night? What solutions have they tried before? What would solving this problem be worth to them? Once you understand their problems better than they do, you want to create a simple solution that takes them from where they are to where they want to be. That is your high-ticket offer. My first offer was pretty basic. I helped business owners to get more leads and booked calls. It wasn't anything fancy, but it solved a real problem and they were happy to pay me for it. Now from there, I refined my process and gradually increased my prices as I delivered better results. The best part about the PTP method is that you're actually improving people's lives while building a sustainable business. It's a true win-win that dropshipping can't provide. You're not just moving products from point A to point B. You're creating transformations that people remember and talk about. I want to be crystal clear about something. This isn't easier than dropshipping in the beginning. You will still face challenges and doubts. You'll have to put yourself out there and risk rejection, but it's a path with no ceiling and fewer landmines along the way. The biggest hurdle for most people is believing they have valuable knowledge to share. We're all battling that voice in our head that says, "Who am I to teach others? I'm not an expert." But here's the thing, you don't need to be the world's leading authority. You just need to know more than the person you're helping. When I think back to those days of refreshing my Shopify dashboard, hoping for sales, I don't miss it at all. The stress, the constant product research, the race to the bottom on pricing, it's a young man's game. And honestly, it's not very profitable. Today, I work with clients I actually enjoy helping. I charge fees that reflect the value I provide, and I build real relationships instead of anonymous transactions. The difference in quality of life is night and day. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description, and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. So here's my challenge to you. If you're still dropshipping in 2025, give yourself 90 days to explore the PTP method. Identify a problem you can solve. Talk to people who have that problem. Create a simple offer that helps them. You don't need fancy websites or complicated funnels. You don't need a huge social media following. You just need to connect your knowledge with people who need it. Remember, dropshipping is about products. The PTP method is about transformation. And people will pay more for transformation than they will for products. That's a fundamental truth of business that will never change, regardless of market trends or algorithm updates. Let me tell you something else nobody talks about with dropshipping: the constant anxiety. Every morning I'd wake up and immediately check my phone to see if there were any sales overnight. If there weren't, my whole day would be ruined before it even started. And if there were sales, I'd immediately worry about shipping times and customer complaints. It was an emotional roller coaster that never ended. With the PTP method, I sleep better at night. I know my skills can't just be taken away from me. I know the value I provide is real and lasting. And I know I'm building something that gets stronger over time, not weaker. I still remember the day I decided to quit dropshipping for good. I was dealing with another angry customer email about shipping delays, and I just asked myself, is this really how I want to spend the next 5 years of my life? The answer was hell no. Life is too short to build a business you hate running. Look, I get it. Dropshipping seems like it's the easy path. Low startup costs, no need to create your own products, the potential for passive income. I mean, that's a lie. But after trying it myself and watching countless other people fail, I can tell you it's actually the hardest path. It's the path of thin margins, endless competition, and endless frustration. The PTP method, passion to profit, might seem scarier at first. You have to put yourself out there. You have to believe in your own value. You have to talk to real people instead of hiding behind a faceless brand. But trust me, it is so much more rewarding, both financially and personally. Don't get stuck in the dropshipping trap when there's a clearer path to financial freedom right in front of you. Your knowledge is valuable. Your experience matters. And there are people out there right now who need exactly what you have to offer. You can choose to keep chasing thin margins and trendy products and be like 99% of people who never build a freedom business. Or you can build something meaningful that can genuinely change lives, including your own. I know which path I'd choose again if I had to start over. And deep down, I think you do too. The day I showed my mother I had made $1,000 in a day, the feeling of pride and accomplishment I felt was worth more than all the dropshipping sales I ever made combined. And it wasn't even that much. It wasn't just about the money. It was proof that I could create real value in the world, that I could help people to solve real problems. And that's what business should be about. It's not about finding some loopholes or chasing trends. It's about creating genuine value and being compensated accordingly. So if you're ready to quit the dropshipping hamster wheel and build something meaningful, now is the time. Don't wait until you've wasted more time and more money on a business model that's only getting more difficult. The world doesn't need another novelty product, but it does need your unique knowledge, experiences, and perspective. That is your true competitive advantage. That is what no one can copy or take away from you. Turn your passion into profit. Help people to transform their lives. Build a business you're proud to talk about at family dinners. That is the real path to wealth in 2025 and beyond.